This is going to be a relatively quick introduction to the Cartesian coordinate system. So it may look familiar, this grid that you see. This is the Cartesian coordinate system. So you can see that we have two important lines here, which are the x-axis. So the x-axis is the horizontal axis, and the y-axis. The y-axis is the vertical axis. This creates a grid system. You can build from the two axes, the x-axis up and down and the y-axis left and right, in even increments, so that you can easily plot ordered pairs or coordinates on the grid. So commonly we have this middle, right, this middle dot where the x and the y axes intersect, and that is called the origin. Okay, this is called the origin. The ordered pair for the origin is 0, 0. An ordered pair takes the form, you can see up here, x comma y. So the first number that you will see is the x value. This tells you how far left or right you should move. And then the second value that you see is the y value, and that tells you how far up or down you should move, all related to the origin. So 0, 0 means you move left and right 0. You move up or down 0, so you're not moving at all from the original spot, so it's the origin. So again, the ordered pair is made up of an x coordinate, which is first, and a y coordinate, which is second. Alphabetical order, x comes first, y comes second. Okay. Let's look and see how to plot some points here. So plot each of the ordered pairs on the given plane above. So let me go back so I can include that on the window here. Erase my markings. Okay, so we're going to plot these ordered pairs. So number 1, I'm going to plot in black, -3, -4. So remember that the -3 is the x value, and the -4 is the y value. So for x, that is going to be moving left or right. Since it's a -3, we would move to the left 3 times. Now you do not put, so let's see, I'm going to show you how I'm moving. I'm moving here, right, to the -3. We do not put a dot yet. Now we move down 4. Since it's negative, y is up or down. Negative means down. We will move down 4. And then we put a dot here. Okay, so you don't put a dot. I'm going to erase all the stuff I just did. You do not put a dot until you move your x and your y. So a common mistake I see with students who are first learning how to use this system is that they put a dot for the x value and then they move and put another dot down at the y value. So make sure you do not put a dot until you've moved the x and the y, the amount for the x and the y. All right, so there is our first ordered pair, our first dot. Number 2, I'll do that one in red. So we have an x and we have a y. So the x value is -5. So I'm going to start at the origin and I'm going to move over 5 units. And then the y value is 0. That means I should not move up or down at all. So I'm going to just put it right there. So -5. So when the y value is 0, this is called an x-intercept. It crosses the x-axis because you're not moving up or down at all. So that's going to lie on the x-axis. So it's called an x-intercept. All right, number 3, I'll do this one in blue. We have an x and a y. So the x is +1, so I will move to the right 1 unit. And then the y is -1, so I would have to move down 1 unit, and I would have my dot right there. Again, I'm going to erase the arrows and just put my dot. So right 1, down 1 would give me a dot right there. All right, number 4, x, y. So the x this time is 0. That means I'm not moving left or right. The y is 2. It's a positive 2. So I'm going to move up 2 units. So it's going to be right there on the y-axis. So if the x value is 0, notice that that means you're not moving to the left or right at all. So that means it has to lie on the y-axis. So this is called a y-intercept. So two special ordered pairs, right? Or two types, I should say, because there are many of them that work. If one of the coordinates is 0, then that's kind of a special case, right? That's an intercept. It lies on one of the axes, depending on which one is 0. All right, last but not least, we have 6, 6. So x, y, both of them are 6. That means we will move to the right 6, and then we will move up 6, and that will give us another point. All right, now let's look at the opposite direction. So let's look at if they give us the point on the graph, can we name the ordered pair? So I want you to name or give the ordered pair for each point A, B, and C. Notice at the bottom, here is a reference that you might want to look at. I have used some of the wording and examples from this OpenStax textbook. It's a free textbook. There are many example problems that you might find helpful, and you can go and work out some problems, and then they have the answers to the odd numbers for you so that you can see if you're doing them right. Okay, so I would suggest pausing the video, trying to write down the ordered pairs yourself, and then checking. So for A, remember that you want to write an ordered pair. That's the first thing. You have to have parentheses around them. You have to have a comma between the x and the y value. If you do not include those things, it's not an ordered pair and it would not be correct. So that's the first thing. The first value has to be the left or right value, the x value. So if I'm starting at the origin and I'm trying to get to A, I would have to move over to the left 3 times. So the x value would be -3. Now for the y value, in order to get from this x-axis to the A, I would have to move up 2 times. So that would be a +2. So the ordered pair for A is -3, 2. All right, similarly for B, again, make sure you write your parentheses. To get from the origin to B, I would have to move to the right 1 unit, so the x would be a +1. And then to get from the x-axis up to B, 1, 2, 3, I would move up 3 times, so that's in the positive direction, so that would be 3. So 1, 3 is the ordered pair associated with B. All right, and lastly, we have C. Again, ordered pair form. The first value, the x, is how far I have to move left or right. So to start at the origin, I would move 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. So that would be 4 in the x value. And then I'm already at C right there, right? If I move over to the right 4 units, I'm at C. That means I don't have to move up or down at all. So that would be a 0 for the y value. I'm not moving up or down. I'm on the x-axis, so 4, 0.